Wow,
I mean,
thank you.
You know where that came from. I mean, you know that you're associated pretty directly with the backyard wrestling game.
Yeah, it for a long time there was basically part of my identity when it came to wrestling, and in some ways I think it was a little bit of a detriment to us that we had to, in some ways, work harder than other guys and also try to prove ourselves to be true professionals, because that stigma stuck for a while, especially with some of the veteran guys that were really angry about the backyard wrestling craze. But for young kids that didn't even know that there was a wrestling school within hundreds of miles, it's like, what else do you do when you love pro wrestling besides go in your backyard and wrestle? And I always said it to the veteran guys that would be angry about the fact that we had backyard wrestled. The moment I knew that there was a school in Cleveland, which I never knew about, the moment I knew, I went and I got trained.
You want to cut a promo on Kevin Gill? I told him I was going to have you bury him. I don't know what you could bury him about.
I was going to say it's going to be hard.
He's a nice dude.
Yeah, I mean, I've had some great times with Kevin. Him and I got to go to Japan to promote that backyard wrestling video game together. I remember, one of the best memories with Kevin Gill, we were in Japan, and the company that brought us over, IDOS, was paying for everything. So it's good because Japan is an expensive city. And we go into a karaoke bar, and next thing I know, it's us, probably 10 Japanese businessmen, all these girls that were wearing prom dresses for some reason, and we were singing Beastie Boys' Fight for Your Right to Party.
Nice.
And it was him and I trading off on the microphone. And, we just had some incredible times over there. So, I even if I want to, I don't even know if I can fake anger at Kevin Gill.
I was told maybe there was an interesting process in filming or photographing the cover of that game.
So, so the cover, if anybody has seen it, is me laying on a table, and I had a lot more hair then, and I'm kind of prone, and Matt is coming off of a roof on top of me through a folding table. And when we got there, the house that's in the background does not do it justice, the picture. It is much higher than it looks. I would say it's probably a 12 to 14-foot house. And they wanted me to lay there without moving while Matt jumped off onto me. And it's physically impossible as a human being not to flinch and try to protect yourself when somebody's jumping off. But they wanted me to stay perfectly prone as he lands on me. I'm like, I'm going to break every rib that I have. So we actually took the picture a few times with the actual bump.
Oh, no.
And it was kicking my ass. It was like California. We were in the middle of the desert somewhere.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even grass. It was like underneath me was just like cement rock kind of thing. So we did it a few times where we actually took the bump through the table, and I was getting so jacked up, and they wanted to do it again because I didn't stay still enough during the picture. I was like, it's impossible. You'd have to knock me unconscious to get me to stay there prone. So somebody finally had the idea to superimpose me. I laid on the table. They took a million pictures, and then they put Matt on a trampoline and had him jump up and down a few times.
Oh, my God.
And just, kind of look like a flying squirrel. And then they took the two pictures and put them together, and I was like, man, I wish they would have done that from the beginning instead of me.
I would have never known. I mean, it makes a lot more sense that way, too.
Yeah, there's some pictures of me actually going to a table probably with the worst look on my face because, it was brutal.
Would you say that game got you more bookings after it released?
It helped. And, one of the nice things for the game is I know IDOS did a really nice job of setting up tour for it just to promote it. Like, I went over to Japan with Madman Pondo and Kevin Gill, and all we did was press conferences that turned into brawls. So I didn't even have to have a match, and it paid pretty well. So we would go over to Japan, and we'd start a press conference. Pondo would start doing his Pondo thing, just going nuts, and I would just follow suit. And Abdullah Kobayashi, I would come out and get mad because we were disrespecting Big Japan Wrestling, I think.
Yeah.
And it would just turn into a brawl. So we did it at TV shows. We did it in office buildings. We did it at their dojo. So it was really kind of fun because it was no match. You didn't have to remember anything. It was just, let's just brawl. And Pondo would bring out the stop sign and start whacking all the guys at the dojo. But yeah, it was fun because we did that, and then we got to go to England, and Matt and I, M-Dog, put on a match in London, England. And they took wonderful care of us over there, put us up, took us to every site you can imagine, wonderful food. Loved our time in England. The promotional stuff for the game was the highlight for me because I got to see, places that I had not seen yet. And it was just such a cool opportunity. And, it was like a paid vacation.